All right. I want to welcome you this great evening for our important discussion. I know many of us are expecting to listen from me. And this very evening, I want us to look at something very interesting in the country, especially uttered by one of the government officials, Honorable Atenwe Katet. We all know on Monday, on Monday, we had a press statement by Honorable Wekatent, the Minister of Information, Communication and Technology, the Government of the Republic of National Transition, Juba. In his remarks, he stated two important issues. One of the issues is the response to the statement of General Johnson Orange, who ordered indiscriminate killing of citizens, sparing no one. And then the other thing is where the Honorable Minister distanced the government from Orange. And secondly, Atenwege also denied the fact that South Sudan is at war. Instead, he said South Sudan is not at war, but in defensive positions against the spoilers of peace, and that is IO. However, this evening, brothers and sisters, I want us to really look into his statement, and is it really true that Honorable Atenwe Katet is telling the reality, or is just denying the fact that things are falling out of control and no way to escape, and now was just trying to find a way of escaping the media so that the government is not seen on the wrong side or put on the wrong side. As citizens of South Sudan, this is something very interesting. We cannot continue to ignore the fact that South Sudan is at war. We understand the reason as to why South Sudan decided to go back into war. Simply because when we look back, well, before we continue, let us look at this video briefly. This video, we have received it last afternoon on this very date, and this is what is happening. Let us see. This is area that and now the scene is
Ya. Dan marin zato. Da sawaga ship. Da saba ship zato. Ai da sawaga kabir. Ya zato fil muqaddama. ايوه وريه جوا شويه زاد هاي ده بيعمل عمل عشان نفر يا هو شايفينه هاي ده هو ايوه ده هو شغل جوا لسه بقى علينا ما بينه بيلبس يدام بيل ايوه يا operation jazz
Atenwe Katet has decided to deny the issue, but what we need to understand is that South Sudan is completely disintegrated, deteriorated. The peace has broken. The agreement, which was signed in 2018, collapsed, and therefore South Sudan is already at war. Now the point is, who is on the wrong side? We need to get to the village. We cannot continue to beat around the bush. We have witnessed several issues raised in order to protect the peace. In March last year, the first thing that we witnessed was the national incident, which followed by the arrest of the vice president. And when the vice president, Dr. Riek Machar, the leader of the opposition, or the SPLM-IO leader, was arrested, what followed then was the destruction and bombardments of all the cantonment sites, all the training sites where the SPLA-IO were. The first incident was the bombardment of Wununiet. We have witnessed the bombardment of Rumbu. We have witnessed also dismantling of Rajab. We have seen a Nyanya division site in Achua, and all other cantonment sites and training sites were all destroyed by the government. Despite that, still the SPLA-IO did not retaliate, but still insisted on a peaceful means of settling the conflict. And we have also witnessed a unilateral dismissal of all the opposition parties, members of parliament, especially from the main opposition, that is SPLA and SPLA-IO. This posed a lot of questions upon us. We need to begin to think. And as we begin to think, what do you think? Is there any reason for us to deny the fact that the country is at war? Definitely there is no reason for that. We have evidences. If we are to sit in a court of law, we will realize that the government has abrogated the re-arches or the revitalized agreement on and resolution of conflict in South Sudan. And this is the fact. We cannot continue to beat around the bush, but we need to really go and tell the reality and point out that, yes, this is what we are. So, throughout last year, the opposition organization decided to give a grace period so that the government might retaliate, come back, think about peace talk and dialogue, and engage them and see way forward. And now that things are falling apart, they would not. Instead, continuously, the opposition members are persecuted. We see removal of governance, removal of ethics, removal of all other important officials from the SPLA-IO. So definitely, the country is at war. My question is, you are watching live and you want to know the fact about South Sudan. It is totally and completely disintegrated. Dear listeners, we need to put in African traditional cultures, when there is a conflict between a man and a woman, definitely there is need to find out who is on the wrong. And the person who is found to be on the wrong side has to be exposed and has to be disciplined. And that and we against denying the fact. And what we're seeing is the elite experience.
Mata tu.
By now, opt out.
Ya. Dan marin zado. ده سواق الشيب ده صاحب الشيب ذاته ده سواق الكبير يا هو ذاته في المقدمة ايوه وريه جوا شوية ذاته ده بيعمل عمل عشان نفر يا هو ده شايفينه ده يا هو وياي ده يا هو شغال جوا لسه بقى علينا ما منه بيلبس قدام بيل ايوه يا اوبريشن جاهز.
So this is the problem that we are facing right now in the country. So what we need to look at is we need to find out a way forward so that the government, we are calling for the two parties, the two main warring parties, to respect the rule of engagement and to respect the humanitarian laws of conflict, where civilians must be protected, civilians must be evacuated, and warning have to be given so that civilians evacuate and move on the safer side. This is very important for, and that's something that we need to look at. Otherwise, this is very important. Thank you for watching. This is just a brief trial. What was it?